Hi and welcome to another training video, and in this video tutorial we'll be doing assessment family 3. Okay, so there's already a video for assessment family 1 and 2, and upcoming will be 4 and 5, so stay tuned for those videos. They should be uploaded together, so you should have no troubles finding them. And this is the table that we'll be creating in this video, assessment family 3, and it's a glass table, and you can see the shape is a little bit you will notice that you might need to use a different tool other than extrusion. You might need to use sweep or blend, and that's all possible in this family itself. So I'm just going to go through with you how you can create this family. So before we begin, I just want you to just take a picture. So because I will be closing this document when I'm showing you the modeling, so you probably need to take a picture and reference this image from your phone so that you know what I'm creating. So take a while to take a picture. Okay, so we will begin creating this table that you just saw. Family is new, matrix generic model. Again, create the skeleton of the table using the reference planes. Okay, so that was the length, and now creating the reference plane for the width, dimensions, EQ, overall length. This is EQ again, overall width, and that is the shape of the table. And I'm just going to change the values first, and before that, just to create a parameter before I change it. So this will represent the width, and right now I'm just going to change the length to 1005. The width is 1000 as specified by the assessment documents itself. And create extrusion, and I'm just going to create the frame of the table first. Okay, so this is remember to lock it, and you'll notice that in the middle is a glass. So since the tabletop and there's a glass in the middle, they're going to use different materials. So if there are different materials, you need to create the extrusion separately. So I will not be creating the glass, but instead I will create the void that the glass would fill. So if you look at the image, you need to be, all sides need to be 100 mm away, or the offset for the frame towards the glass to be 100. Okay, change all this to 100. This you can actually see in the first picture of assessment family 3. You will notice that all of them have an offset of 100. Just lock it because it's not parametric. And so when I press the green tick, only this portion is created. The center portion will be void or empty, simply because we're going to put a glass there later on. Okay, and I probably do the glass slightly later. Okay, right now I just want to go to the front elevation and take care of the thickness and height of the table using two reference planes. One that is for the height of the table, one is for the thickness of the table. Give it a parameter, and this shall be height. Okay, parameter and height. So I'm just going to align this to the top, same with this at the bottom. I'm just going to change the values for the height to be 900 and thickness to be 50. Thickness 50, height 900. I'm going to bring height lower. Thickness shall go lower as well. Press the OK button. And that was for the tabletop. So next we're going to create the legs of the table. And for the top portion, okay, the top portion of the legs of the table, they are actually larger, so they are 100 by 100. Actually, they take the entire frame. So this is the 100 by 100 that they are taking the space of. Okay, and when it goes to the bottom, it actually becomes, the legs become smaller to be 50 by 50. Okay, so starts from 100 by 100 and end off as 50 by 50. So I'm just going to create extrude. So it should be a blend because the top and bottom is of a different profile. Okay, so let's create blend, and it says edit top. If it says edit top, means you are drawing the bottom at this point in time. So some of you might not notice, you are actually the picture, if you analyze it a bit closer, the legs of the table at the bottom is not at the center, but it's actually at the corner here. Okay, so I'm just going to align it first. Dimension to the reference plane, and this shall be 50 and 50. Just lock it because it's not going to be parametric, and next click on edit top, where I need to draw 100 by 100. Lock it here, here as well, here as well. Okay, 100, 100. So this will be the leg, one leg. So the thing about blend is you cannot create 4 legs at the same time. Extrusion, you could do it as shown in exercise 1, assessment 1 and assessment 2 tables. You could have seen how it was done, that the extrusion was able to create multiple legs at the same time, but for a blend that would not be possible. So all I can do now is to just press the green tick for this leg to appear. So if we go to the front elevation, I need to align to the bottom of the table, and this one to the bottom as well. Remember, it looks like it's already locked, but it's never already locked. You need to lock it, just push it higher and then stick it back down. You should find the lock again. So that's for one leg, and you just repeat the same steps for the 3 remaining sides using the blend tool. So what I'm going to do is nothing different from the first one. When I lock to the reference plane and not lock to the shape. When I dimension to the reference plane and not to the shape as well. That is a very good, I would not say very good practice, but it will save you a lot of troubles because of the quirkiness of Revit itself. So it's better to just use the reference plane when there is a reference plane. Actually, I could have locked this one here, lock this one here, dimension. So a little bit more tedious if we have to create the legs separately. And I'll just leave it here first. I'll just take care of the legs from the reference level view. I will later move to the front elevation to fix those height issues of the legs. Oh, I create using the wrong tool. This extrusion, I should have used blend. So that's what's wrong here. You see, I can create a dimension first and then lock it later. It does not make any difference in this situation. And the last leg, a little tedious, but we will do it. We can get this done. Oops. Okay, and edit top. Okay, press the green tick, and now they are fine in the reference level profile, but in the elevation I need to kind of adjust them, lock them to the reference plane. Make sure to select the right objects, so you got to move a little bit in case you find yourself confused. Okay, so it's better to just move it a little bit before you align. So all the legs are locked at this point in time, and all I had to do is just a glass in the middle, and the glass is said to be 25 mm thick. So a glass is just a rectangular piece of shape. I'll use this, I'll lock this to the four sides of the table frame. Oops, here should be locked. Just align again to lock it here. Press the green tick, and let me see, from the front elevation, let me just check what can I see in the front. Actually, I can't see it here. Oh, it's here, it's on the ground. So I'm just going to make sure that the difference is 25 because the thickness of the glass is 25 mm. So I lock it here, and then I will align to the top reference plane. So that will be the glass. So this will be kind of the glass material. Okay, and the frame material, legs material. You need to select all four legs because they are not an extrusion, they are a blend, so you have to kind of adjust that. Oops, legs materials. Okay, so all the materials are there, and for glass I'm just going to pick the default or the glass that's already provided in the family, so that make it more realistic. So there you go. A little bit more work, which I call the admin work, is to create all these types. So the type is 1500L by 1000W by 900H. Okay, and next will be the model. It is TRB-01. The description is dining table. So there's a new one, another family type that is a different size. One is 00L times 00W times 900H. And just got to change the parameter values. Don't just put the name but not change it. So remember to change them. It's still called dining table except that it's 02. Press the OK button. Click on the yellow one and change it to the furniture category, and there you go for this family. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video for assessment 4, assessment family 4 and assessment family 5.